I'm gonna keep this hand because it's got a little bit of action to it. It doesn't have any of the cards that I'm really looking for, but hopefully I'll draw one of those.
I will keep as well, and you said you were going to play first?
Yeah. So I will go ahead and leave the Highland Lake. Go ahead.
Alright. Shambling Vent and pass turn.
Draw for the turn. Alright, that's actually pretty good. So I will play a mountain, and I will pass.
This untapped, sorry. Second Shambling Vent. Tap this for white for an Expedition Envoy.
Sure.
And then I will end my turn.
So at the end of your turn, I'm going to play Dimensional Infiltrator. Try to get it some damage in the air. So I'm going to play a Highland Lake and then swing for 2 in the air.
18.
Go ahead.
Swamp for turn. Let's see. Go on. Swing for 2.
Okay. 4 damage. I'll Twin Bolts.
Yeah.
Deal 1 to him, deal 1 to you.
Okay. And then main phase 2. Drana's Emissary.
You got it.
Pass turn.
So I'll play a mountain.
Yeah.
Then I'll Tormenting Voice, Teaching Fiery Temper.
Yeah.
Draw 2, and then I'll Madness the Fiery Temper to
For
deal.
the Emissary, of course.
And then I'll swing for 2 in the air.
Okay.
Good.
Swamp. Drana. That'll be for white. Envoy. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play Fever Visions. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disperse her. And then I'll swing for 2,
13.
and then I'll pass and draw a card.
Lantern Scout.
Sure.
And then I'll swing for 2 lifelink. Pass turn, draw a card, and then lose 2 life from your Fever Visions.
So I will swing for 2 in the air,
At 11.
and then I will pass.
Okay. Second Sanctuary. Bloodbond Vampire. And then triggers again.
In response, before it hits the battlefield,
Yeah,
I'm going to Twin Bolt the Lantern Scout.
gotcha. Swing for 2.
Go to 16.
Pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to cast 2 Rattle Chains,
Yeah.
and they'll give themselves Hexproof.
Alright.
Go to combat,
Yeah.
swing for 6 in the air,
Yep.
and then I'll draw a card and I'll pass. Pass the book.
Lost Regular.
Yep. So, 15.
Life. Yes, yes, sir.
Alright.
And then Toronto? Whew. I hope that stabilized me. That was getting a little ugly. Still be taking the damos there though. And no, I think that'll be. Yeah, you got it.
That was a rough one. I was like, oh god.
So if you watched our previous video, we did what we called the budget standard spotlight, where we basically showed you a really cool deck that you can make for $20 and purchase here in the store. So we went ahead and played some games with it, and basically I'm going to tell you about some changes that we made after we played a couple games. So the first thing that I found was the games where you had Fevered Visions, you won pretty much like 100% of the time if you got it down within the first 5 turns or so. The issues were those certain games where you couldn't quite hit that quite fast enough. So what I did is I went ahead and traded out the Tormented Voices for Anticipates. Anticipate helps you dig a little bit deeper, since you get to see 3 cards instead of just 2. I also found that Tormented Voice, while it was a good combo with the Fiery Temper, it was the only sorcery speed spell in our entire deck besides like Fevered Visions. So it was kind of just like working against itself. So it really kind of interrupted the flow of the game. I also found that Harbinger of the Tide was pretty good, but the fact that it was double blue in its mana meant that we weren't able to cast it quite at the exact times that we needed to. So I basically dropped the 2 Tormenting Voices and a Harbinger, and then I added 3 copies of Anticipate. I also went ahead and made a 15-card sideboard, which we can also make available to the deck. And basically, you can either get the 60-card deck for $20, or you can get the 60-card deck plus the sideboard for $25. The sideboard basically has some Seismic Ruptures, which is a good board clear, especially since Rattle Chains and Dimensional Infiltrator both have flying. Roast in case you come across any big toughness creatures. Tears of Valakut in case you have any, Avacins, things like that. Some invasive surgeries in case your opponent's trying to either, disrupt your hand with discard, or, if they're playing sweepers or something like that. Dispel for the counter wars. And 3 negates against planeswalkers, any sort of trouble things that you don't really have any good answers for. And the 4th copy of Anticipate. So yeah, you can come by the store, you can play with the deck, you can see how it plays against other people. We'll be playing with it at our standard events again this Sunday at 4 o'clock and on Tuesday at 1. So hopefully we'll see you guys here in the store. See you later.